With the technological revolution of the 25th century, Starfleet Command would begin to revamp its fleet with all new designs based on all new technology. And one of these classes, the Aranda Class, would emerge as Starfleet's premier research starship design. But what do we know about this scientific marvel? Well, today we'll find out. Hello and welcome to another episode of Truth or Myth Beta Canon, a Star Trek web series that dives into the history of any given topic, using beta canon sources and my own imagination to fill in the gaps. In today's episode, we're taking a look at the Aranda Class as a Kitbashed design to better understand its place in Star Trek history. Please note, as I just said, this is a Kitbashed design created by me to expand a little the newly developed Trek universe of the 25th century. Utilizing various concepts from Star Trek Picard, I brought the Aranda Class to life. You see, like many in the Trek fan community, I loved Season 3 of Star Trek Picard. But I wanted more starship designs, and without a 25th century series announced yet, I decided to take up the mantle and create a few of my own. And I hope you enjoy this one. But as always, because this is just a bit of fan fiction, all information relayed should pretty much be taken with a grain of stardust and only considered a little bit of Star Trek fun. And so, with all that out of the way, let's begin. Thanks to the Borg Reclamation Project, a collaborative effort between the newly established Free Romulan Republic and the United Federation of Planets, the early 25th century would see a technological explosion similar in vein to the one experienced in the 2370s. As a result, almost overnight, tried and true starship designs were being seen as old and basically out of date. In response, Starfleet Command would initiate a new starship design and building program that would see many of the old vessel designs receive an update or direct replacement to lead the organization into the new century. Starship designs like the Excelsior II, Sagan, and Duderstadt classes would begin to take the galaxy by storm, with their updated warp drive as well as transwarp capability and the overall increased strength of these classes. With such successes, it was only natural for Starfleet Command to continue to develop new classes, turning their attention to dedicated science vessels, and in short order, the Aranda Class would be born. Sitting at a length of 502.1 meters, the Aranda Class would be designed to be operated by 315 officers, crew members, and scientists. Designed for longer-range scientific duties, the Aranda Class would have a standard safe cruising speed of warp factor 8.4, with an emergency maximum speed of warp factor 9.997 for 16-hour increments. The Aranda Class would also include the latest development of Starfleet's newly created transwarp drive. Including a third nacelle in the design would allow the Aranda Class to explore strange new worlds on the frontier of Federation space with very little effort. A specially designed deflector dish mounted in the forward section of the saucer would provide the standard particle deflection for the vessel when the ship was at warp velocities, and would also provide particle deflection as well as transwarp tunneling capabilities for the vessel when at transwarp velocities. Tactically, the Aranda Class would be well equipped for a science vessel of her type. Containing both phaser arrays as well as dual phaser emitter banks, the Aranda Class would also contain both forward and aft torpedo launching systems, capable of firing photon, quantum, and transphasic torpedoes, along with a variety of other mission-specific torpedo weaponry. Shielding for the class would be the newly developed quantum multispectral regenerative shields. Also included in the design would be the now standard updated version of ablative hull armor. The Aranda Class would also include Starfleet's newest and specially designed long-range and short-range sensor systems. A sensor array would be mounted on the aft section of the primary hull, and would be almost 10 times faster and more sensitive than those included in previous science vessel classes. Configured for detailed planetary studies, This new array could easily be converted for detailed short-range tactical information gathering, as well as long-range data gathering and reconnaissance missions. A single shuttle bay would be located in the aft section of the hull, and would include the latest in Starfleet's scientific auxiliary spacecraft. With the launch of the Aranda Class, many throughout the Federation began to think that this class had been designed to replace classes such as the Nova Class, which had served the Federation well during its lifetime. But this, of course, was not the case. The Nova Class had been designed for short-range scientific missions, and with several refits and updates throughout its lifetime, would not only continue in this role, but also have variants that would take up the mantle of a patrol vessel profile. The Aranda Class was specially designed for long-range scientific duties, as the transwarp capabilities of Starfleet's vessels meant that Federation space was again expanding quickly, and Starfleet Command needed to be able to keep up with this expansion. The Aranda Class would end up performing above and beyond anyone's expectations along the frontiers of Federation space. Thanks to her increased weapons capabilities, many vessels of the class were able to respond to emergency situations quickly and defend Federation assets until more permanent facilities and a larger Starfleet presence could be established. As a result, the Aranda Class would continue in operation into the 26th century, receiving periodic upgrades and refits to her design and technology, keeping this class at the forefront of scientific research vessels assigned to the final frontier. But as with all good things, eventually everything must come to an end, and with 26th century advances in starship design once again sweeping the Federation, the Aranda Class would finally be decommissioned in 2506, with the Aranda herself taking her place amongst the hero starship designs in Starfleet's Fleet Museum. Designed to be a long-range research and scientific starship design, the Aranda Class would end up becoming the pillar of which all scientific classes were measured against, earning this mere science vessel class its honored place in Starfleet history. Thank you for watching today's episode of Truth or Myth Beta Canon. What did you think of the Aranda Class and the historical narrative that I've created here? Do you want to see more videos like this one? Well, leave your comments in the section below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, hitting that little bell icon so you won't miss a single video we release. Want to help the channel complete planetary studies at the edge of Federation space? Then consider becoming a channel patron, a major help that allows this channel to purchase resources and 3D models to keep it going. The link to our Patreon account is in the description below. Thanks again for watching, live long, and prosper.